So you've decided to relocate to our Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and you've done your research. And in your research, you have Keller, Texas on your short list. Well, I think for obvious reasons: picturesque neighborhoods, exemplary schools, and the acclaim for being the most family-friendly city in the entire state. And during your research, browsing online, you came across some home options, some places that you think you might want to live, but you're not quite sure. You saw some older homes. They're in great communities, but not quite active communities. You know, the kind with the paths, the trails, the sports courts, the swimming pools. So you're still looking. And you saw brand new communities. Well, you're kind of lacking in that because in Keller, being so established of a city, you don't have a lot of space for brand new communities and for builders and developers to create that experience for you. You even saw homes, there are what we describe as infield homes, where they're new, but they're surrounded by older homes that didn't quite fit right for you either. Well, in this video, I want to share with you, and we're going to take a close look at two well-established, masterfully planned communities here in Keller, Texas: Hidden Lakes and Marshall Ridge. Are you ready? Hi, I'm Tracy Sorrell with the DFW Life, and we realize that relocating to Keller or almost anywhere, that can be the easy part. The part that's not so easy is determining where you want to live your life and create your memories once you get here. And if you have children, well, you probably want a neighborhood that would encourage your children to get outside of your home and enjoy the outdoors. And in this video, we're going to go over, and I'm going to share with you some of the benefits and privileges of living in Marshall Ridge and Hidden Lakes. And if you live in one of these neighborhoods or these communities, hey, comment below. We want to get the inside track of what you think about and what your experiences have been living in these two communities. Oh, and as a bonus, we're going to hear from people who live in Marshall Ridge and Hidden Lakes. Now strap on your seatbelt and let's get ready to ride. First up, Hidden Lakes. Hidden Lakes has 14 villages, and a village is what you might describe as a neighborhood. And I know that one thing that I hear when I help people relocate to Keller and they hear 14 villages, that can be overwhelming because 14 villages, to put it in perspective, that is 1,920 homes. And depending on where you're from, that's the size of a small town. But remember, we're in Texas and everything is bigger and better here. The good news, and hopefully this will help you ease some of your feeling of being overwhelmed, is that there are groups within these villages. There are groups in Hidden Lakes, such as book club, Bible study, women supporting women, just to name a few, that I would recommend you getting involved in so that you feel more connected with the community and it feels more like home. Well, this is the part where I want to share with you what you can get for your budget if you decide to choose Hidden Lakes as the place to live your life. Well, I'm not going to be able to show you all 14 villages and homes in each one of those villages, but I do have 3 for us to take a look at. The first one up is Woodlands at Hidden Lakes. Now, this home was at an open house, so you're going to see other people there, but you're going to also notice how nice this home is. This home is just move-in ready. Unpack your bags, bring your toothbrush. And I'm gonna also show you a home might need just a little bit of a touch-up to make it to where you want it to be. But what I really wanted to show you is the differences in prices and what you can get for your budget here in Hidden Lakes. Let's take a look.
I am at a beautiful home here in Keller, and I know you always hear it's almost overdone when people say beautiful, one of a kind, but this one really is unique, and this is why. What I do like about this one and what I'm so excited to show you about this one is this was on about a half an acre, and look at all of the trees behind me. You're right in the middle of Keller, but you feel as though you're so much farther away from the Metroplex because you're surrounded by so many trees.
One of the things you will notice in this home is how beautifully updated it is. Great office space. Living area and kitchen all perfect for gathering. The kitchen is modern with quartz countertops and an oversized waterfall island. Next is the laundry room. Now, I've never had anyone to really get excited about doing laundry, but if you have to do laundry, this is a pretty nice spot. This home is a showstopper, so I think the best way to show you this home is to stop talking. Well, now to our second home that's very, very close to the one that we just saw, because I hope my goal is to help you realize what you can get for your money if you choose to live in Hidden Lakes, whether it's turnkey or whether it needs some updating. And it's up to you to determine your budget and which one works best for you. Let's take a look at the second one.
This home is almost 4,300 square feet, built in 2005. It has a little more than a half acre, like maybe 0.6 acres, and it's offered at $925,000. Let's take a look inside.
And the reason I wanted to share with you this second home is that you would be able to compare apple to apple. These two homes are very similar in square feet and in age. This one though, the second home, this one here, you might find a little bit more affordable. The big difference is that this second home does not have the same level of glamour, whistle, and bells as the first one. But great, because that allows you to get in there. It's a blank slate. Roll up your sleeves, hire your contractor, hire your interior decorator, and put your own personal stamp and signature on this property. Let's do a walkthrough. And while we're walking through, I like to hear from you. Comment and let me know what you would do and how you would do it to make this home yours. This backyard doesn't have the swimming pool as we saw before. However, there may be more space here than in the first one. So your possibilities of adding that pool and putting a kitchen out here, several lounge areas, I mean, you name it, you've got the space. Now let's take a look at our third home that I want to show you here in Hidden Lakes. This part is in the retreat section. And in the retreat section, you'll notice these homes are a little closer together.
This particular one, the difference is it's on a smaller lot. This lot is about 1/4 acre, some a little bit smaller, whereas the ones that we left, we saw one on 1/2 acre and one on 0.6 acres. Here's the difference. The square feet you're going to find similar. The square feet of this particular home behind me, it has about 4,460 square feet, but the price is quite a bit different. The price on this particular home, it is listed at $840,000, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, built in 2002.
Some of the homes here in Hidden Lakes back to Sky Creek Ranch Golf Course. This golf course sits on one of the highest hills in Keller, and as you can see, the views are outstanding. This course also receives the honor of being among the top 10 public golf courses in Dallas. And this is important. Even though it's located in Hidden Lakes, you'll still need to get a membership to golf here because it's not part of Hidden Lakes community. As you can probably see on our drive through Keller, the Keller is pretty committed to a healthy lifestyle, and this is the evidence of it. What you will notice is on the jogging path, the sidewalks, the trails, their paths are much larger than you would expect on a traditional average sidewalk. For example, if you're out running or jogging, walking, pushing the stroller, you've got the bicycle going, have you ever had a situation where you feel as though if someone is coming toward you, you have to step aside, sometimes in the grass, just to allow the other person to pass? But what you will notice is that both you and the other person approaching you, both of you guys are doing your exercise and getting your walks in, you can stay on the path because these paths, the sidewalks, are so large that you can actually enjoy the experience of being outdoors. Now you have an idea of what your life would be like if you decide to live in Hidden Lakes. You can see that Hidden Lakes has a great golf course that's in the community but not part of the community. So you can get a home that backs up or with great views of the course. You also got a chance to see some of the higher prices in Hidden Lakes and some that maybe consider a little bit more modest price. So on average, homes in Hidden Lakes would be about $721,000 based on the most recent research I've done on the average prices there. Now, this is something to consider. In Hidden Lakes, we know there are 14 villages, where there are 3 what you may describe as a sub-village, but they're considered 3 sub-associations. You're thinking to yourself, what on earth are you talking about, sub-associations? Well, this deals with the HOA, Homeowners Association. Hidden Lakes is part of an HOA, like many communities are. There is an additional fee to live in these 3 sections. And these sections are gated communities and they're not very large. So if you know you want to live in one of the gated sections of Hidden Lakes, just realize that you'll be paying an additional association fee for the HOA. Now let's take a look at the second large premier community here in Keller, Marshall Ridge. And at the end of the section of Marshall Ridge, we're going to do a quick review, like Cliff Notes. Do they even say Cliff Notes anymore? Is that still a thing? No. Okay, so we're going to compare what your life would be if you choose Marshall Ridge or if you choose Hidden Lakes. There's some similarities. They are in the same city, but there are some differences that might help you make that decision. Now, let's take a look at Marshall Ridge. Marshall Ridge currently has 695 homes. Now there are a few lots that are still available, so that number can grow, but shouldn't be more than what Hidden Lakes has, which is 1,920 homes. The iconic covered bridge, the one we just crossed over, well, it's a real popular place to take pictures during prom season and other special moments. These homes were constructed in the early 2000s, and there are some, as I said, they're still available for construction. So you can get a home that was built, well, today. You have an active social committee here in Marshall Ridge. There are holiday events, as you would expect in any premier neighborhood or community. You also have a book club you can join, and a number of other groups that meet in this resort-style clubhouse with complete workout gym. There are 3 pools, 5 ponds, and you may have seen the beautiful fountain. There are a couple of fountains here in Marshall Ridge, 2 playgrounds, and a couple of parks.
Now I'm at the reserve section in Marshall Ridge, and this is where you're going to find the larger homes. The one behind me, it's about 6,200 square feet. It rests on more than half an acre. It's a 5-bedroom, 6-bath, built in 2010, and the asking price is $1.3 million. Let's take a look inside. Now I want to take you to a different section of Marshall Ridge. These homes are still very, very nice, but you'll notice they're on a smaller lot size. The one before, it was a little over half an acre. These homes are more on 2.4, about a quarter of an acre. The home I want to share with you right now is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. It was built in 2011. It's priced less than the 1.3 in case that's not in your budget. This home, with a little more than 4,000 square feet, is priced a little under $900,000 with a swimming pool. Let's take a look inside. Well, you've had a chance to take a look at a couple of homes here in Marshall Ridge, and I have one more to show you. Well, let's say the first home we took a look at, a little more than 6,000 square feet. Well, that might be too big for you. That's not quite what you need. And then the second home has a little more than 4,000 square feet with a swimming pool. Well, maybe you don't need 4,000 square feet. Maybe you just want to get into Keller, you know they have exemplary schools, and just get going with your life. Well, I have one that I want to share with you. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, a little more than 2,000 square feet. It's about 2,200 square feet. It is priced, it's offered for only, and I do say only, for Marshall Ridge and some of our areas in Keller, it's only $485,000. We don't have many homes in Marshall Ridge or Hidden Lakes for under $500,000. So when we see one, we definitely like to show it. So this particular one, if you just want to get into Keller, you still want a nice home, active community, something like this may be the one for you.
Now you've had a great opportunity to take a look and compare two of Keller's large master plan communities. Let's do a comparison and a little contrast. Well, let's start with schools, because if you're like most people I help relocate to Keller, education is very important, and you probably are curious and would like to know how the schools in your community are performing. Well, let's start with Hidden Lakes. In Hidden Lakes, your student will either attend Hidden Lakes Elementary or Florence Elementary. In Marshall Ridge, those students go to Ridgeview Elementary. Both of these communities have access to Keller Middle School and Keller High School. Keller Independent School District receives a grade of an A overall from NISH, and the schools listed, they all receive an A. Now, the communities. In Hidden Lakes, it's a larger community. You have 1,920 homes, 14 villages, and 3 sub-villages. I call them sub-villages. I think if you go over to your HOA there in Hidden Lakes, they're going to call them sub-association. And what this means is that you are going to pay, if you're in one of those sub-associations, that's the gated section of Hidden Lakes, you're going to pay a little more for your homeowners association, in addition to your regular association fees. So that's something to keep in mind. In Marshall Ridge, there are less than 700 homes and only 1 community. Hidden Lakes, those homes a little older. The construction begins in late 1900 up to the early 2000, whereas in Marshall Ridge, the construction began in early 2000, and there are a few lots still available to build. The average price in Hidden Lakes, and now remember, when there's an average, there's always a high and a low. The average price in Hidden Lakes is $721,000. Now, if you're in one of those gated communities, your price can go up well over $721,000. Marshall Ridge, on average, those prices are $850,000, and of course there's a high and a low. Those prices can go well over $1 million as well. But in this video, I tried to give you somewhat of a well-rounded view of the high and the low in both of these communities. In Hidden Lakes, some of the homes have golf course views. Marshall Ridge, some of those homes have beautiful views of downtown Fort Worth. Hidden Lakes, centrally located to some things to do inside the city of Keller. Marshall Ridge, well, you're closer to Highway 377 and 114. Now let's take a listen to what the people who live in Hidden Lakes and Marshall Ridge like about their communities. I have 4 perspectives for you from both Hidden Lakes and Marshall Ridge. And the strangest thing is that everyone decided to be camera shy. So I get to read their experiences to you of living in their communities. Let's begin. The first person I've known for many years, and she is an avid outdoor jog, run, and just enjoy the outside. This is what she has to say. We live in the Woodlands near Hidden Lakes Elementary School. I like the larger lots where I don't feel like I'm on top of my neighbors. It's very quiet. We have easy access to Bear Creek Park's running path and to Keller Farmers Market, which is family friendly, clean, dog friendly. It's a place where you can enjoy music and a great place to sit and people watch. The second person coming in from Hidden Lakes, I've known this lady for years. Our sons played baseball together. This is what she has to say. I really love Keller Independent School District. Hidden Lakes Elementary School is top-notch and not too large, and it's not too small. The administration at the school has a very genuine vested interest in the children. It's a wholesome, nurturing environment and has a very involved PTA program that strives to make everything exemplary. Keller Middle School has the most amazing staff, and the academic opportunities offered absolutely will enable your kids to be set on the right path. We've also enjoyed Keller High School. Hidden Lakes has safe trails and the community pools are super nice and well maintained. My neighborhood is eclectic with families from all walks of life and in different stages of life. It seems like there's a place for everyone. Now I've got a couple of people weighing in on what they like about living in Marshall Ridge. The first one is he's a person, he commutes back and forth to our Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. So as you will see, location is pretty important to him, and Marshall Ridge, if you are commuting, will be pretty important to you. Here is what he has to say. Marshall Ridge is very quiet with a strong HOA. The pools and the amenities are great. The community is located so you have easy access to the highways without being in heavy traffic. And the last person coming in at Marshall Ridge had a lot of great things to say about his neighborhood. He says, I'm a big fan of the interest with the bridge and the ponds with the waterfalls. Because the different sections of the communities are close, it truly feels like a neighborhood versus just an area of town. The location of Marshall Ridge makes all of Keller very accessible. The proximity to Highway 170 and 114 make it easy to travel to South Lake and to Grapevine. We are only a short drive to Roanoke with its great restaurants and all of their fun festivals. It's not a ton, but we have some walking trails. Everyone is super friendly and is very family oriented with kids of all ages. If you're thinking about making Keller, Texas your home and you're looking for one of these master plan communities, or maybe you're looking for something that's a little bit different, you're thinking to yourself, Tracy, you didn't quite hit the mark. I'm still on a search. I'm still not quite sure where I want to live once I get to Keller. Hey, do me a favor. Reach out to me, comment below, send me an email. Let's do a one-on-one to determine which part of Keller is the best fit for you. Hey, I'm Tracy Sorrell with the DFW Life, and I am a realtor, and I help people relocate to Keller, Texas all the time, and I want to help you discover which part of Keller you want to create your memories and call home.